What's up, guys? Welcome to Broke Boys Manifesto. Today we're going to be reviewing the Zulus HD 3 to 12 power scope. This is a daytime and night vision scope. It has a ton of features, so I'm probably going to miss a few of them, but yeah, the thumbnail of this video was not clickbait. This thing literally runs you like around $444 on their website right now, so just shy of $450, which is pretty insane for all the features you get with this. I've seen YouTubers, I've been trying to research for this video, and I've been seeing people comparing this scope here to like $5,000 night vision scopes, and a lot of the $5,000 night vision scopes don't do about half the things that this one does. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna try to run you guys through as much specs as I can and try not to forget any. Now, right out the gate, obviously daytime and night vision scope, so you can literally use this optic 24/7, 365 days a year. This is my first experiences with a night vision optic, and I will say that it is kind of goofy if you have not ran one before. I don't really know how the best way is for me to explain this, but the way I've experienced it is when you look through a regular optic, you're pretty much looking through a tube that magnifies what you can already see. So you're just looking through a tube and then it's bringing it closer to you. But with a night vision optic, you're not really looking through the scope. You're more or less looking at a big TV screen in front of your face that this optic takes in light, and then it uses that light to project an image pretty much on a giant flat screen TV inside the scope. So you're just right there kind of tracing this flat screen TV, and it's, you know, it's weird at first. You get used to it, but it is definitely different. Now, if that makes sense, then it's pretty easy to understand that if you have a scope that doesn't process that information fast, you know, the light coming in and then transferring it into an image for you, then when you're panning left and right, or, you know, you're tracing a moving target, the scope's gonna look like it's skipping around. So if you're gonna buy a night vision scope, it's important to get one that's fast enough at processing all that information so it feels a little bit more natural, and, you know, it's not like you're playing a video game and you're skipping around the damn map. So just for you nerds out there, I got some notes here. So this thing has a StarViz 2 sensor and 60 Hertz 1920 by 1080 OLED screen. It also captures a field of view at 7.97 degrees by 4.49 degrees. They included that because what that means is you're getting a larger field of view when you're looking through the scope. Instead of just getting this tiny little image that it's zoomed way in on, you're going to be further back and you're going to have a wider field of view, which is good if you're tracing, you know, something like a field and you're trying to pick up targets. You're going to get a wider field of view, allowing you to see more things. Instead of being zoomed in over here, you know, now you're going to see this whole image. So that's also going to make it easier for you to track animals that are maybe running or something like that. Or, you know, if you're watching a buck and you want to see what the hell's going on in the background that spooked him, it's going to be a lot easier for you to pick that up if you have a wider field of view. Now, this scope has a runtime of 8 hours, which is pretty dang good, I would say. It does come with 2 of these batteries here. They're both rechargeable, and then it comes with a battery charger, so all this is included. You don't got to buy extra stuff. And then, you know, if you're stationary in a blind or something like that and your scope's dying, or maybe you're just hanging out the house and you want to just plug it straight in, it does have, you take this cap off here, it does have a C plug-in right here as well. So I don't know why you'd use this. Maybe some people have stationary areas. I definitely don't, where they might be able to plug in. Maybe you have an extra battery supply or power bank or something like that that has a C plug-in. You could have that out on you on the field or something, but 8 hours is pretty dang good. I'm not really sure if that, you know, that battery life is like the minimum or if that's the maximum. But, you know, it might go down if you have higher brightness settings, if you're running this in night versus daytime. You also have your IR illuminator here that has a different intensities. So I'm not sure if you're running that at higher intensities, if that's going to lower your battery quicker. But this thing also has a built-in battery indicator up in the top right of the screen when you're using it. So you pretty much always know what your battery life's at. There's no, you know, second guessing it. It's not going to just die on you randomly. So yeah, pretty cool features there. Now, I don't want to get too into the operation of this thing because it's literally got so many features that we'd be here all day for me to do that. But I just got to give you guys a quick rundown of all the things I've learned using it. It's pretty straightforward. I learned how to use this, sighting it in, and operating it actually without even using the manual. I'm a little younger, so if you're a little older, that might be a little harder for you. But for me, I went into a dark room, turned it on, and it's literally like looking at a flat screen TV for me, and I'm just plugging around, looking at all the settings. So it's pretty straightforward for a younger guy. If you're a little older, you know, you might struggle doing that, but they do have a manual. So yeah, you can always just fall back on that. Starting on the left here, we have an IR illuminator. It's built right into the optic. So in order to increase or decrease intensity, you just turn that little knob there. If it's going out, you're increasing intensity. If it's going in, it's decreasing intensity. To focus on your reticle, you just twist the cap in the back. If you want to focus on your target, you twist the cap in the front. You know, if you're going from 100 to 300 yards, you might want to refocus, just get you a clear picture of your target. Moving on to the right here, they do have a little Picatinny rail. I don't know what you'd use that for, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could use it for anything. I mean, if I was going to do something, I might put a little canted sight there. I don't know. Little red dot. You could put another flashlight there, but if you have a rifle, you could probably mount your flashlight further up your gun. Maybe it's so you could put another IR illuminator and just have a crazy beam. I don't know. People get weird with this stuff. I'm not that smart about it, but I'd probably put a little red dot there. Coming up to the back here, we got our on and off switch. On the left, you got pretty much your night vision settings. If you click that, you're going to turn on your IR illuminator. If you hold it, it goes black and white. From my experience, the black and white, you can see things a lot clearer, but I think the other feature, you can see in the dark, and you're going to get reds and greens. You're going to get all the light, but the black and white definitely, I think, is a lot clearer. And then on the right here, if you push that button, it's just going to be your display's brightness. If you hold that, it's going to be your recording feature. And then back here, we have this little knob. So if you twist it to the left, it has a negative sign. That's going to zoom you out. Twist it to the right, it's going to zoom you in. Yeah, you got 3 to 12. They also make a 5 to 20, which if you're someone that shoots further range, you might want to buy that. Costs the same price as this optic. You can just pick between the different magnifications. And yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for that rundown. One thing I forgot to mention is this is where your battery goes. So you just twist this little cap off here, and then that's where your little battery enters. So yeah, when you get this optic, you might want to put that in or it won't turn on. Okay, now I just want to talk about my favorite features of this optic. The first one being reticles. Now that sounds kind of funny, and that might just be because this is Broke Boys Manifesto and not Trust Funder Boys Manifesto, but I have never seen so many reticles in one scope. So you can choose between 5 different reticles, and then you can choose between 5 different reticle colors. So I personally love the reticle that I'm using in this video here. I like the white. I like switching between the white and the yellow. I don't know why. I've just never seen reticles that color, so those are usually what I'm using. They also have green, red, and black. But this reticle here is my favorite because it just literally is decorated like a Christmas tree. So I sighted in with my CMG kit, which is a 22 long rifle that I was shooting through this AR-15. And I sighted in for 200 yards. So my first shot is a little low. I aim a little low, hit the target, and then, you know, 200 dead on. And then as you move further back, of course, you're going to be lifting for elevation. And because this thing has so many mil dots for you to use, you can run off 1-0. And in this video, I stretched from 100 all the way to 400 yards without ever having to re-zero my scope. Now, one of the really cool features of this scope is it allows you to keep different zeroing presets. So A all the way through Z, you can have like 26 or something like that, however many letters in the alphabet. I was homeschooled. I can't even read. I mean, well, I can kind of read. I mean, I didn't read the manual, but I can kind of read. All right, so yeah, you keep different presets. You can, each preset can have a different color reticle. It can have a different reticle, or obviously it can have a different zero. So I have my 22 long rifle on here, my A preset zeroed at 200. I run the CMG kit through here all the time, which converts it to 22 long rifle. And then I can put my 223 bolt back in here, and I can run my 223 or 5.56, and I have that zeroed for 100. That sounds a little half-ass backwards, but I'm really fucking weird. Next feature I love is just gonna be the internal recorder. I don't know if you know this, but scope cameras cost like a good one costs like $450, which is the same price as this. So I mean, if you want to just get some good reticle footage or get some good shooting footage of you hunting or stuff like that, why would you not just get a night vision and daytime scope that also can record? instead of going with the scope camera, which costs you the same price, unless you're someone doing reviews or something like that where you want to switch, you know, between different scopes and get videos of each scope reticle. Then to me, money wise, why would you spend $450 on just a camera when you could get all this, you know, for the same price? Also, if you're a hunter, you can set your camera up to automatically film when you take shots. So the camera will pick up footage before your shot was taken, and then seconds after your shot was taken. I'm pretty sure you can set how much length you want on that, but that's really good. You know, if you're hunting and you want to get footage of, you know, shooting an animal, you don't have to worry about turning on your recorder or remembering it or taking the precious time it takes to actually turn on the camera. It's just going to pick up your footage for you, and then you can go, you know, watch it later. The scope also includes a micro SD card. It's a 32 gigabyte card here. That literally comes with the scope. You don't have to buy anything extra. This thing's ready to record literally right out of the box. Last feature I love about this thing is it is literally just tiny. This is a Vortex op mod LPVO 1 to 8 power scope here. This is what I had on this rifle for years now, and it's pretty much a standard size. I think AR-15 LPVO. I don't think I mean, you can get bigger than that obviously, but this is a pretty standard size from what I'm seeing. And as you can see, this Zulus is literally tiny compared to it. So I mean, that's something to take into account with everything. If you want to build a rifle, smaller it is, lighter it is. I think this scope with the Zulus here, I think it with the mount and everything here is only like 20.5 ounces. So I mean, it's a tiny little package. You could pretty much put this on anything, and it's not going to take up nearly as much space as most of these daytime night vision scopes you're seeing on the market. Now guys, they didn't send me this scope for free. They actually just sent me this to review, and then if I do want to keep it, I'm going to have to purchase it, which I'm definitely going to do because I actually do really like it. I love the size of it, and I love recording with it, so it's going to be a good tool for me because I'm a YouTuber. I want to make videos, and I can capture them with this, and it's a good scope, you know. I'm probably not going to keep it on this rifle. I think I'm probably going to put my 1 to 8 power back on it, the LPVO, but I'm probably going to put it on this little collapsible Ruger here because this thing's sweet. Scope's not really that big, and I think it's going to match this very well, and I think it'll be a lot funner to just have it dedicated on a little rat killer here. But yeah, I really like the scope. I really don't have much incentives to lie to you about that. I'm going to have to purchase the scope myself. I'm literally pretty much putting my time in to review an optic that was sent to me, and then I'm gonna have to buy it at the end of it, so it's not like I'm getting a free optic out of this deal. But yeah, I really like it. If you guys want to go buy this scope, I'm gonna be leaving a link in the description. If you guys like this video, like, subscribe. See you in the next one.